Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Dr. John McClain, and I'm continuing this series on tough questions, short answers for tough questions, and this will be number 8. And on this one, I'm going to share the question of why did you, God, take the life of the wife of Ezekiel and not allow him to mourn? I could even shorten it up and say, why did you take the life of an innocent person, what appears to be an innocent person, a prophet's wife, whose indication in the text is she hadn't done anything wrong to deserve this? This is one that I really can't embrace emotionally. I can't embrace it intellectually. I can only embrace it spiritually or by faith, trusting and knowing the greater picture of God's own sacrifice and love. But here's the story. Ezekiel 24, the word of the Lord came to me, Ezekiel saying, Son of man, behold, I am about to take from you the desire of your eyes with a blow, but you shall not mourn and you shall not weep, and your tears shall not come. Groan silently. Make no mourning for the dead. Bind on your turban and put your shoes on your feet, and do not cover your mustache, and do not eat the bread of men. So I spoke to the people in the morning, and in the evening, what? My wife died. Now, that just does not sit well with me. If that's all I knew about God, I think I'd walk away. It just seems so arbitrary, so unjust, just so wrong. It seems like it's against the commandments of God, and certainly against what I think I know of the whole character of God. Without the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ and an understanding of God's great love and sacrifice, I don't know that I could absorb this story. I don't know if I would want to believe it. But by faith, I accept it. Well, it goes on. In the morning, I did as I was commanded. The people said to me, will you not tell us what these things that you are doing mean for us? In other words, this is everything that you shouldn't be doing. You should be mourning. You should be crying. You should be weeping. Then I said to them, the word of the Lord came to me saying, speak. Get back up here. Speak to the house of Israel. Thus says the Lord God, behold, I am about to profane my sanctuary, the pride of your power, the desire of your eyes, the delight of your soul, and your sons and your daughters whom you have left behind will fall by the sword. You will do as I have done. You will not cover your mustache, and you will not eat the bread of men. Your turbans will be on your heads, and your shoes on your feet. You will not mourn, and you will not weep, but you will rot away in your iniquities, and you will groan to one another. Thus, Ezekiel will be a sign to you. According to all that he has done, you will do. When it comes, then you will know that I am the Lord your God. This tragedy what seems to be unrighteousness, seems to be so wrong happening to Ezekiel, is all for a human illustration, a human case study as to what's going to happen to Israel and what the people are to do. They are to not grieve the loss, but they do need to grieve their transgressions and their sins. Verse 25, as for you, son of man, will it not be on the day when I take from them their stronghold, the joy of their pride, the temple and their land and their children and other things, the desire of their eyes and their heart's delight, their sons and their daughters, that on that day he who escapes will come to you with information for your ears. Yes, Ezekiel escaped before the destruction, and he went to Egypt, as I remember, and he was a prophet and a comforter to those of the remnant that heard the word from the Lord that destruction was coming, and by faith they escaped, while others did not believe and continued on in their idolatrous spiritual and physical ways. And Ezekiel was taken away. Verse 27, on that day your mouth will be opened to him who escaped, and you will speak and be mute no longer. Thus you will be a sign to them, and they will know that I am God, that I am the Lord. This tragic, earthly, temporal, human event God caused in order to send a shocking warning to the rest of the nation. But only a few believed. Only a few escaped. And when they gathered again with Ezekiel, Ezekiel opened up his mouth and told them of God's judgment again. This is, again, for me, hard to absorb. Maybe you absorb it. It just doesn't seem right. But God bestows mercy on whom he bestows mercy. Grace is a gift. God knows when the hearts of people are so hardened, when they are so irreverent that they will not turn back. And both the escape and the judgment are the mercy of God. Hard to understand from a human perspective.